If you could just mute your phones. And we're going to start here with Tejay van Garderen. Tejay, you spent a lot of time here in the Fort Collins area. Certainly you know the bumps and rollers that go around the reservoir coming in here. Take us through the day, major climb, the work your team did with Cannondale, certainly to sort of win it the breakaway, and what it's like to come back in here and race it.
Yeah, today was really hard and fast from the start. It took almost 50 kilometers for the break to get established, and once it got established, it was 15 guys. 2 Garmin guys were in there, so we didn't want to give it too much of a leash, which is why we were helping out Cannondale, because we still wanted to conserve the Team GC. So yeah, it was just a hard, fast day. I mean, we did 180 kilometers in 4 hours, and with however many feet of climbing, it was impressive. It was a hard day. It was I'd never felt like my jersey was under threat, but it was certainly a tough day to get through.
I think the first, going back to the speeds, the first 50 kilometers, at least I heard, were a little over 30 miles an hour, so I guess that's indicative of what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, the brakes were just going, or the attacks were just going nonstop. I mean, everyone, I think for a lot of teams, this was kind of their last chance to try something. There was a good chance for the breakaway to get away and stay away, so a lot of people were looking for a stage win to try to get something out of this tour. And so I think a lot of people were under pressure, and no one was willing to let any moves go, and that just made for a hard, fast race.
Okay, questions, and I'll repeat the question just so we can hear it.
Following your performance in the Tour de France, what is it that heading into tomorrow? You have a solid lead. What does this win or lead here in Colorado mean after what happened in July?
Well, July definitely is the most important month in bike racing, and I mean, I'm having an incredible time here in Colorado. I mean, being able to race on the roads that I used to train on in high school, it's been, that was a dream. I was hearing my name out there so many times. It was unbelievable. So this is definitely a special race for me, but that being said, this doesn't make up for a poor July. I mean, I'm still hungry for the tour. I see myself as a Grand Tour rider, and I want to come back to the tour in the future and fight for a high GC, and hopefully a couple of years down the line, even the yellow jersey there.
I think the mic is active now. Raise your question. Raise your hand if you have a question.
How did the climbs in this event compare with the previous 2 years, and talk a little bit about the atmosphere at the top of those climbs?
Well, the crowds are incredible. Colorado is just a cycling crazy state, and the crowds have been, particularly today once we got into the weekend, it was incredible. The climbs this year, they've been more selective. You saw that on Bachelor Gulch in the day up to Beaver Creek. It just completely broke up the peloton. Is this mic working? Work. All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've ever seen it as selective as a climb as we saw that day on Beaver Creek when it was me and Acevedo and Danielson and Matthias. In the previous years, everything had kind of come down to seconds. Just the first year the race was won by 11 seconds. Last year the race was won by 20 seconds. This year the race is won by 1.5 minutes. And I think that's because the separations on the climbs have been much bigger, and because the race has been so much harder.
Other questions?
How important was it today to have Cannondale up there, obviously trying to pull everything back for Sagan? You guys got a little bit of a break.
Yeah, we got a break, but the highest placed guy on GC in that breakaway was 6.5 minutes behind me. So we wanted to put people up there just to kind of neutralize it and make sure it didn't get too much time to actually threaten the jersey. But we could have let the break even stay away and win up to 5 minutes, and I still would have been fine.
You kind of hit on this, talking about racing back here in Fort Collins, but what was today like for you, finishing here in Old Town, kind of your old stomping grounds?
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, the crowds today have been bigger than they have all week, and I definitely had a lot of fan support out there on the road. I mean, it seemed like my old high school, Rocky Mountain High School, it seemed like every single student was out there on the dam today. No, it was amazing. I mean, I knew every inch of the road that we were on today, that was just an incredible feeling.
If you could say something to all your teachers and students back in
I would say dream big and follow your dreams, because this is you can be whatever you want to be. I mean, yeah, you have every opportunity.
Any final questions? As the finally got the mics working. She's a reporter from your high school, by the way. If there's any final questions, we'll see you in Denver in Yellow.
All right, thank you.
Peter Sagan will be joining us, and here he is. I'd like to introduce Peter Sagan. Yet another stage win this year, much like America. And take us through the last, I would say, 500 meters. And Rory Sutherland had made a move. When did you catch him? How many meters before the finish? That was Saxo takeoff, right?
Yeah, and today thank you for all my teammates, because they did very good work all the day, pulling on the front for the breakaway. On the front it was 15 riders, it was too much, but everyone riders from my team did the maximum, I think, and after we take the breakaway, last, 10 kilometers. And after for the sprints, I hadn't riders from my team for the sprint. I was hoping only for another team once also comes for the finish. And rider from the Saxo, he attacked his last 500 meters, I think, or 600, but another rider is going for taking. And after I start the sprint, maybe last 200 meters, and I'm very happy for win this stage for one. And because my teammate was crashed in third day, he's in the hospital still, and I want to dedicate this victory for him.
He's referring to crash that happened in Steamboat Springs. One of his teammates had gone down. Questions?
Peter, I heard that you were not feeling well in the stage to Beaver Creek. Could you tell me a little bit about that, and how long it took you to recover, and how you're feeling now? Obviously pretty well, I think.
In the first stage, I don't feel very good. I had some problem with the stomach, I don't know why, but maybe I take a little bit cold for my tummy. And now I think, I recovered yesterday on the time trial, and today I feel very good.
win for it. Heading into the week, you had looked mainly to Denver for a possible win. Now you're at win number 3. Are you surprised with this week?
A little bit, yes. I come here for maybe only be in the race for before the Quebec Montreal, and yeah, now I won 3 stages. I'm very happy and a little bit surprised, yes.
When you saw Rory go with, I think about 500 meters to go, were there any worries that you weren't going to be able to pull him back, or were you confident that you could get him on the win?
Sorry, I don't understand what.
Were you confident that you could pull Rory, the Saxo Tinkoff rider, back when he tried the solo move late in the race?
Yeah, because we had, well, we was going fast also, and he attacked too early, and it was too many riders on the front for the win. And yeah, we start do the sprint maybe a little bit later, but it was too early for doing the sprint, yeah.
You were down to no teammates, right, in the last kilometer? No teammates, it's just...
No, I lost the teammates because everyone riders pulling before for big breakaway, and it was very hard also. The last 30 kilometers after the descent, it was too many climbs, no little climbs, and the steep, no?
Steve.
Yeah, steep.
Once again, you just joined us. The other 2 wins were into Aspen, Smolensk, stage 1, and stage 3 into Steamboat from Breckenridge.
Peter, you mentioned that you were here to prepare for the Canadian races, but thinking ahead to the World Championships, do you have eyes on a world title on that course in Florence? Can you win in Florence?
Why not? No, I don't know. Yeah, and it's too difficult to say now I can win or not, but I want to do well. I am here for preparing for, yeah, my objective is Quebec Montreal, it's to race, and after when I feel good, I go for the World Championships for trying, and we will see in the race. I don't know now.
Any final questions for Peter?
Tomorrow looks pretty good for you as well. Can you add a 4th stage in Denver tomorrow at the circuit race? Do you think you have a good shot at winning that as well?
Yeah, everyone sprint, but I won here, and also tomorrow it's yeah, 1 stage. It's not too long. It's only 100 kilometers, I think now. And yeah, we will see how feel my teammates, and we can try also tomorrow.
Peter, at this point in your career, do you start to look toward the points jerseys in other Grand Tours besides the Tour de France, the Giro, the Vuelta?
For now, no. I want only just finish this season, and after I think for the future.
This is your 16th win this year? 16?
17.
17 wins. One final question.
John Henderson, Denver Post. Is there anybody in this field, in this race this week, that has ever beaten you in an all-out sprint finish? Because race didn't attract a lot of sprinters. Is there anybody in this field that's ever beaten you?
You know anybody
Yeah.
on the list? Has anybody beat you in the sprint? On the teams that are here?
Yeah, but I think too many sprinters. It's not not here or not. And also, yeah, another team I have good sprinters here, and also trying win stage, but I'm happy for when I can win, and now I don't know what.
Okay, thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow in Denver.
Okay, thank you.